Imagine biting into a piece of fish so tender it melts on your tongue, knowing that with every bite you are feeding your brain, fortifying your bones, and shielding your heart. This is not some futuristic superfood from a lab. It is fish, one of humanity's oldest sources of nourishment, now backed by modern science as a cornerstone of lifelong health. Yet not all fish are created equal. While many households still rely on familiar staples like carp or catfish, a quiet nutritional revolution is unfolding in kitchens and clinics alike, spotlighting 6 remarkable varieties that stand head and shoulders above the rest. At the top of this elite group swims a freshwater favorite that surprises even seasoned seafood lovers. Often described as the inland cousin of deep-sea treasures, this fish delivers a rare combination of high-quality protein and brain-boosting DHA, all wrapped in a delicate, nearly boneless fillet. Its mild flavor and silky texture make it accessible to children and adults alike, bridging the gap between everyday meals and exceptional nutrition. Unlike oilier sea fish that can overwhelm the palate, this one slips seamlessly into stir-fries, soups, or simple pan-seared dishes without demanding culinary expertise. Close behind comes a fish that needs no introduction but deserves a deeper look. Revered for its rich pink flesh and buttery mouthfeel, it has long been a symbol of luxury dining. What many do not realize is that its true value lies not in its price tag but in its unparalleled concentration of omega-3 fatty acids, compounds proven to support everything from memory retention to mood regulation. When handled with care and consumed in its most natural state, it offers a near-complete package of essential nutrients. Even when cooked gently, it retains much of its power, making it a practical choice for weekly meals rather than just special occasions. Then there is the unsung hero from the cold Nordic waters, a fish that packs a nutritional punch far beyond its modest appearance. Often overlooked in favor of flashier species, it brims with the very fats that doctors recommend for aging populations, fats that help keep arteries flexible, reduce inflammation, and protect against cognitive decline. Its flavor is bold but not overpowering, lending itself beautifully to grilling, baking, or even preservation through traditional methods like smoking. In regions where this fish is a dietary staple, researchers have long noted lower rates of chronic disease, hinting at a connection between consistent consumption and long-term vitality. Another standout emerges from coastal traditions, a smaller fish prized not just for its taste but for its hidden nutritional treasures. With flesh so tender it requires little more than a whisper of heat, it offers high-grade protein and an unexpected bonus, calcium. Unlike most fish where bones are discarded, this one is often prepared in ways that soften its skeleton, allowing eaters to absorb minerals typically associated with dairy. In cultures where dairy is scarce or poorly tolerated, this fish has quietly served as a backbone of bone health for generations. Its subtle sweetness and versatility make it equally at home in steamed buns, light broths, or crisp pan-fried preparations. Lean and clean, another contender, proves that low fat does not mean low value. With a texture so fine it disappears on the fork, this fish carries fewer calories than most meats yet delivers protein that rivals them in quality. It contains almost no fishy odor, a trait that wins over even the most skeptical eaters. What truly sets it apart, however, is its surprising richness in DHA, a nutrient usually linked to fatty fish. This contradiction makes it a rare find, a light, everyday option that still nourishes the brain and nervous system. Its mildness also makes it a perfect canvas for herbs, citrus, or spices, allowing home cooks to experiment without fear of clashing flavors. Rounding out the list is perhaps the most humble of all, a tiny, silvery fish that travels in massive schools and has fed coastal communities for centuries. Often canned and forgotten on pantry shelves, it holds a secret. When eaten whole, it delivers calcium in amounts that dwarf those found in milk. Its bones, softened through processing, become edible and rich in minerals, while its flesh supplies protein and omega-3s in a compact, sustainable package. Far from being a relic of wartime rations, it represents one of the most efficient ways to nourish a family on a budget. Nutritionists point to it as a model of whole food eating, nothing wasted, everything utilized. The common thread among these six is not just their individual merits but what they represent collectively, a return to food as medicine. In an age of processed snacks and empty calories, these fish offer a powerful counter-narrative. They are not supplements or pills but real, whole foods that deliver complex nutrients in forms the body recognizes and uses efficiently. The omega-3s they contain are not isolated compounds but part of a matrix that includes vitamins, minerals, and high-quality protein, all working in concert to support cellular repair, immune function, and metabolic balance. What makes this list especially compelling is its accessibility. None of these fish require exotic sourcing or gourmet skills. Most are available frozen, canned, or fresh in supermarkets across the country. Even in landlocked regions, frozen fillets retain much of their nutritional integrity, making geography no barrier to better eating. The key lies not in perfection but in consistency. Choosing one of these options once or twice a week can create measurable shifts in health over time. Consider the implications for children. Early and regular exposure to DHA-rich foods like these supports brain development during critical growth phases, potentially influencing learning capacity and emotional regulation. For adults juggling stress and sedentary routines, the anti-inflammatory properties of omega-3s offer a natural buffer against the wear and tear of modern life. And for older individuals, maintaining muscle mass and bone density becomes not just about longevity but about quality of life, being able to move freely, think clearly, and enjoy daily activities without limitation. Yet despite this wealth of benefits, fish consumption in many households remains sporadic, often limited by misconceptions. Some worry about mercury or pollutants, though the fish highlighted here are generally low on the food chain or sourced from clean, regulated waters, minimizing such risks. Others cite cost, not realizing that frozen or canned versions offer the same nutrition at a fraction of the price of fresh premium cuts. Still others simply lack confidence in cooking fish, fearing it will be dry, smelly, or complicated. But these 6 varieties are among the most forgiving, quick to cook, adaptable to countless cuisines, and naturally flavorful without heavy sauces. The real opportunity lies in reimagining fish not as a side dish or occasional indulgence but as a weekly ritual, a small act of self-care woven into the fabric of family meals. A simple baked fillet with lemon and herbs, a hearty stew with tomatoes and olives, or even a sandwich with flaked canned fish can become a moment of nourishment that ripples through the week. Over time, these choices compound, building resilience from the inside out. Science continues to uncover new reasons to celebrate these ocean and freshwater gifts. Recent studies suggest that regular fish intake may influence gut health, sleep quality, and even skin elasticity, benefits that extend far beyond the heart and brain. But perhaps the most profound insight is this: eating well does not require radical change. It requires awareness, small shifts, and trust in the wisdom of traditional foods that have sustained human health for millennia. So the next time you stand in the grocery aisle or browse a market stall, look beyond the usual suspects. Seek out these 6 champions of the sea and rivers. Let their quiet excellence guide your plate. In doing so, you are not just feeding yourself, you are investing in a future where health is not chased through pills and programs, but cultivated one delicious, nourishing bite at a time. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss a bite of smart, simple nutrition. Drop a comment below. What's your favorite fish to cook at home? Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, eat well, stay curious, and take care.